So, here we are at Bugsworth Basin. It's the navigation in. Beautiful place. Right up in the Peak District, UK. And it's all built out of dry stone. Now, like I was saying, this was the largest inland port of the UK, and it's huge. So, as you can see, there used to be, just over there, you can see the holes where there used to be platforms coming over. Now, there was trams coming down here, filling stations. There'd be ports on here. You had the cranes. There's still a crane stem over there, and the barges would come under. The cranes would unload onto, because don't forget, they're coming down from the quarries, and they'd unload onto the barges, and then the barges would be off and away you go. So yeah, we're gonna have a walk around. Have a nice walk in Bugsworth Basin. Now, it's called Bugsworth. Bucksworth now, there's an X there, but it did start off as Bugsworth. And what made it special was the fact that it's very high up in the peaks, so it had a good fall, so it didn't have any filling problems. Most canals had filling problems, where they struggled to fill the canal. But this has quite a good water flow, which I can show you down there. I'm sure you can hear it. And this is coming up from the moors. So you've got this lovely water flow coming right the way down into the header of the canal. And this is literally the start of the Peak Forest Canal. It is a beautiful, beautiful place. Of course, there's not much left of the old... Well, there's plenty left of it, but it doesn't look like it did look. You know, it would have been very industrialised. You'd have had all cranes here. You'd had hundreds of people working here. Nearly went. Gotta be careful. So this is the start of the Peak Forest Canal, literally. They had one dock here. If you had a look, see all these holes? There you go. Those would have had a platform coming over the top where they could have loaded all the quarried materials onto. Look at that precarious bridge. I don't think that's a bridge, that's one of the necks of where you'd have the cover, and the cover would have come over here. The barges would have come in and been loaded from this point. If you look there, you've got a set of old steps going down there. I don't know if you can make it out. Underneath all them, there you go. You've got steps going down. It's a lot of water, huge amount of water, which you'd expect. It's the highest point of the Peak Forest Canal, and that water's going to go a long way. All the old stones are here. Plaque here. Move them for you. You are standing on one of the many wharfs where workers moved the heavy stone from wagons to boats, from the people who were not born into this hard life. Few ever considered working on the canal. So don't forget, this is literally the start of the canal. So it would have been built right at the start. It's all dry stone. I know you can see mortar in it now, but that's from the renovation. If you look at some of the earlier stuff, which is under there, under the weeds and all that lot, there you go. It's all dry stone. There's no mortar in it. It's built like farm walls. Zoom in and see. There you go. There's the holes where you'd have that like a canopy coming over. No boats on today. Let's have another read of the plaques as we go. Fancy a tipple. Workers used wagon tipplers to tip the limestone from the wagons onto the wharfs. This made it easier and faster to transfer the stone to the boats. You can see the wharfs on the other side of the basin. So that's what we was talking about. They'd come up on the top, they'd come down, and then there'd be supports and a jut that'd come out and they'd come right to the edge of it. They'd come right below and you'd have two tiers where they could unload it onto the boats quick. It's one of the old cranes, I'm assuming, one of the old crane stems. Made out of solid oak, look. Solid oak with cast straps. There you go, cantilever jib crane. So you got to remember, we're talking about before industrialisation. So all you'd have had here is hand cantilevered stuff, all handball. And then it would have travelled on to steam and water power. And then later you'd have had diesel bits, but then it got shut down because wagons could travel then and diesel took over, trucks took over. It's not like very late 1800s and it went into disuse. But as you can see, all this is dry stone. And then they've come along at some point and just touched it in with the mortar. But at one point, it had been all like farm walls, put together by stonemasons, farmers. So those were the supports we were talking about again with the canopy, and those tunnels are where the tramway used to come, because you've had steam trams. And those steam trams would have been later on in the mid 1800s, before trains. Now, last time we came here, we actually got some chairs from the tracks, which I'm sure I can show you next time, or later on. Again, supports where you'd have got the starvationists coming under and being loaded. Steps over there, look. Those steps coming down to that jetty where the tram tracks were. That's been blocked up, that tunnel. You can see all the modern stuff there blocking the tunnel up. And you've got these tunnels that go right underneath. Long way. Wow, that's yeah, that goes down a long, long way. The size of that lindle. Now it went into disrepair, like I say, when diesel came out. So you're talking about 1850. You see some of the archways over there, and the stone wall just there that's fallen. There you go. Now it's home to lucky canal boaters. I was talking about the stone walls. Look at the height of this. All dry stone. There's Dan. Hi, Dan. Cool. And that's full. So that platform would have been where they unloaded from a great height. Cool. We'll have a look. Oh yeah. That was the lime kiln, was it? We'll have a look at the model. I think I'm about as far as I can go on this side now. Let's have a stroll this way. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's a parky day. My poor little fingers are chilled. Got the guys chopping the wood over there. Now we found some tram chairs last time we was here, just under that tunnel. So there are bits of history still here. Now all this was overgrown, by the way. There's pictures of it in the 1950s when they started the construction work. And the construction work to restore it. I think it was 1950, 1960. And it wasn't open till 2004. So it was like 30 or 40 years before the restoration was actually done. All this was filled, and it just had some reeds that you could see, pockets of water, but it was pretty much completely filled. My word, it's slippy. And Dan said, over here, there's a model of it. So we'll go and look at that. The life of lime. Bugsworth Canal Basin was a core of a transport network that connected local quarries with the growing industrial northwest. Vast amounts of lime, limestone, gritstone left the basin to all destinations to make our lives better. Like I say, this is literally was round here was the building of the Industrial Revolution. All the canals around the northwest going into Manchester all came from here. Yeah, and if you want to pause that, you can read it. And just in here, we've got a Bugsworth basin pamphlet with everything on it. So now it's home to many narrowboaters, as most of the narrows is. Look at the size of that lime kiln. Apparently it says it on there if you want to look at the model. Oh, there we go. It was derelict from 1920. There's the lime kiln I was talking about. Look at the size of it, it's huge. There's the old starvationers, the precursor to canal boats. And they were basically, what they called them starvationers because of the ribs were showing in the boat on the inside, all the way up. I'll pan out. If you want to pause that and read it, you can. So we're going to try our luck magnet fishing in the second basin this time round. So this will be 2 videos because the place is enormous, far too big to show in one video. Like I say, a lot of people worked here. And that's the flow of the water. You can't really see through the trees, but that's it's a really heavy flow. So no wonder this canal keeps topped up so well. Tight. So yeah, we're going to try over this side this time. That's that big line killing again from this angle. Oh, here's the model. There we go. The largest inland port in the UK. Now you got another set to the basin all the way down there. We're going to do that next time. What we're going to do here this time. I'm not going to read these, but you can always pause them, can't you? If you want to have a read. We're going to fish in this lower basin this time. As you can see when I was talking, there's the restoration. It was just reeds and mud. 40 odd years of restoring. It was a long time. So there you go, 1796 it was started. Well, no, 1796 it was open for trade, sorry. Wow, that's what you call a long build. So yeah, I was right, it started about 1750 probably. Must have took 30 or 40 years to get all this knocked up. So much water. And next time we come, we're going to be coming that way. More docks, look. It's actually got some of the gates up as well, so that's the dry dock. If you look, the water's a lot lower. It's probably for the repairs to all the boats. probably is. Cantilever crane pad. Yeah, there's a circle in it with a big stump of wood. That's likely where the old crane used to stick up for here. We're going to start over there. I'm going to go magnet fishing just down there where Dan is. But yeah, wow, what a wonderful place. If you're ever in the Peak District, the water's crazy coming down here. You can hear it. If you're ever in the Peak District, I strongly suggest that you come down and have a walk round. Very pretty. That looks like an old winding pump. It allows more water into the canal over that side from this side. And again, you've got these holes where you'd have had that jetty coming over. Now you see, this is what we was talking about. They've restored it all with this lime mortar. But now you can see an unrestored wall behind the fence, and there's no mortar. So it's literally built like the farm walls. All dry stone. Because that's how we built things back then. Can't see anything in there. And the old buildings, so there's still one or two old buildings standing, but I don't know how original it is, because as you can see there, that's got ribs across it there. Yeah, that usually means that was a cobble, because the treads on it is cut on it specifically to give you traction when you're walking. So maybe that's been built up at another time out of the stones that were left lying about. There's Dan. Hiya! Oh, have you seen this? They've used tram rail up there for supporting the concrete roof that must have gone on a lot later. So later on, when they restored it, that's interesting. They've actually ripped up the tram rails. There you go. And used it for the concrete sections up there. There's actually a chair like we pulled out. Look at them tram rails. Small runner there as well, just on the edge. And then look at that stone there. Yeah. That stone's been put there. That was a gate stone. You see where the hole is to? Yeah. And you've even got a worn line there where the gate's been opening and closing, or door or whatever.
You got the metal thing, yeah?
Diorama,
the model.
Yeah, I got that.
Right, I'm going to go back to the car.
Oh, it's a long way.
To get some equipment.
Why, what equipment? Oh, you left your camera?
No.
Oh. Sexual equipment?
No, listen, I'm saying...
You need to put your butt plug in.
You know what? Walk forward and have a look.
Oh, what's going on? What have you done? Come on, children, what's he done? What have you done?
What's that?
How's that happened?
Just come off my rope. I'll have to get your magnet to get the magnet.
Hang on, where's the end for it?
There.
What? It's
the
broke
screw,
off?
Yes, I was just dipping like that and it came up without it.
Oh no.
The screws come loose, so I had to use your magnet to get it out.
Oh, so you lost it in there?
Yeah.
And you used the magnet?
Just dip, yeah.
See how good? 1800 Extreme, can't beat it.
I rammed it aside with it. I've got like a blue.
Bloody hell, Dan. Oh well.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Is the bolt missing?
What?
The bolt.
I don't know yet. I've not looked at it. On the bolts in the air.
The bolt isn't there, mate. There's a nut missing then, isn't there? Oh no, there's a thread on it. The joys of magnet fishing, eh? You've only just got here and there's drama with the Northwest crew. There's only two of us. Not much of a crew, is it, at the moment? Two of us got here.
It only needs one of us to make drama.
It's true. It's true. Look what's happened. How am I going to fish? Does that mean I'm going to have a really cool magnet at the moment? Yeah. It's going to be really strong. Yeah. Ah well. Well, I'll get fishing while Dan's messing. There you go. Drama at Bugsworth. Well, Bucksworth it's called now. It's changed its name. So yeah.
The magnet's missing. It's there.
Say see you in a bit, Dan.
See you in a bit, Dan.